Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the crypto market recap. Let's hop into these charts, see what the story is and what it may be. And if you are interested in any of the services I provide, the tutorings or the callouts, please check the links in the description below for both the Patreon and Discord, as well as the links to the timestamps to this video if you're interested in specific cryptos to go over. All right, so let's see what's going on. So take a look at this. So Bitcoin has dropped and then it has found support on this wedge top. So on the rising wedge, it has found support. And that's what we were eyeing in last video. That's what we mentioned here. Look at that. Beautiful bounce off that support line. And now we're going to see if Bitcoin's going to have follow through and continuously be able to hold this wedge and possibly paint some sort of nice bullish consolidation, like a downward wedge, and maybe a rounding bottom to then try and make another move towards this ascending trend line resistance. Okay, and if I do see, so, this is a bullish scenario. All right, so that's bullish. We want price to veer down from here. Okay, you don't want it to do what I think might actually be happening, which is bearish. And this is what I think might be happening. And this is also one of the reasons why I have not closed the short and will continuously keep it open until price action tells me otherwise. If we start seeing price action come up like this, especially with less and less volatility compared to today, that means it's more likely some sort of bearish consolidation, a flag to then get back down to this level and then get the fuel to break under. All right, so this is what's keeping me in the short. Plus, we only have 4% of our account exposed to the Bitcoin short, so it's very small. So there's not much risk in holding it as of now, and we're in the money. It's not huge in the money, but we are in the money. So again, a lot of cushion for us, and we just have to wait and see how the price action forms. But we have two roadmaps. We have an idea of what we can expect in either scenario, both bullish and bearish, and that's when you don't trade in stress. That's when you can look at charts and have no stress because you have an idea of what each direction and each scenario will bring. Okay, so right now we're gonna just stay where we're at. We're gonna stay vigilant, and we're gonna make sure we stay nimble, which we are. We only have in total in total for our account, we're only exposed 8% between Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, so Bitcoin, we'll see what happens, but look for more downside, okay? And it'll be very bullish if it can hold this wedge as it goes down and starts, curling towards the upside. And that in that scenario, I will look to close the short and possibly flip long. All right. Okay, so now let's go on to Ethereum and let's see what's going on here. So Ethereum has really performed great, has really outperformed Bitcoin overall today. And it's now challenging or getting close to challenging that ascending trend line, very similar to Bitcoin's, very powerful resistance, just like Bitcoin's has a lot of history as you go back. Okay, so now we're back there for Ethereum, and we're going to see if it can get the fall through to either burst through and confirm above it, or at least start a bullish consolidation under it. All right, so that's what we're going to wait and watch. And as of right now, with our short for Ethereum, we are slightly in the red, nothing huge, but we are in the red. But I'm very comfortable considering, again, very low exposure, slightly in the green with Bitcoin. So everything's evened out. And even if it does go higher, I do have key levels to add on to the short. So anywhere from 3,600, 3,800, there's plenty of places to add on to this short to increase our position and better our average entry, and then target high probability support levels like this rising trend line, which is likely to happen. So let's just say Ethereum breaks through and we add on here at 3,600, and then we add on here around, let's just say 3,900 or 4,000. Okay, well, what's likely to happen? All right, well, after Ethereum breaks through this level, it'll come to these levels, maybe just here and come back. Or maybe, let me draw that better. So it'll either come up to here to like the 36, come back there, or maybe it'll come to 38, then 4,000, and come back there. All right, it's very probable, extremely probable, it will come back to that rising trend line, that ascending trend line, that has so much history to test it as support. And if we add on at key places, our average entry, which is very close to the trend line already, will likely get us into the money once it comes back to that trend line. So there you go. That's how you want to trade. At least if you want to trade how I do, this is how I swing trade. This is how I know it works over time consistently. All right. So that's how you want to do this. All right. We have plenty of levels to add on to, and that also means more opportunity to make more money and safely, as safe as you can get. So, Ethereum has been performing absolutely fabulously today. So if you're bullish or you're doing scalp longs or you are in a long, this has been a fabulous day. Now it's time to see, can it get through that rising trend line? Only time will tell. If it should fail, which is also possible, and right now it's still slightly probable, then we will see another dip to the 3,400 and then back down to 3,000. So do not expect this to hold. It's extremely unlikely that this very, 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 very weak support, this is not what I would consider strong support, it's somewhat insignificant, to hold after a drop from another denial from this line. It'll come right back down to that psychological level of 3,000, which happens to be fairly stronger support. Okay, so we have our two scenarios for Ethereum. Again, everything is within our scenarios for both the bullish and bearish, and we are very comfortable just waiting, watching, being vigilant, being patient, and we are ready to be nimble. All right, so let's take a look at Solana, because that's another coin we've been eyeing. And look at this. Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Did great for the last couple of days to outperform Bitcoin, be relatively strong against it. And with Bitcoin and Ethereum's pop today, look at this move. Nearly a 12% move. Absolutely fabulous. And now it's right at somewhat of a significant resistance zone, just the beginning of it. It's very tempting to start the short here, but I am looking for a little bit higher. I really would like the 140 to 150 zone. This is what I want to maybe open up the short. This is just the start. Okay, so we're going to wait and see. Again, same MO, patience, and vigilance. So we're going to wait and see. What I'm interested in seeing is it going to stop here and then start a bullish consolidation like a bull flag? If that's the case, I will raise my short entry target, not here, but towards here, the 165, 1 maybe even 170 if I think it's going to, wick through, but 165, specifically 160 zone. All right, so we'll move it up about $10 to $15, and that's where I would look to try and get a beginning of a short entry. All right, so we're going to wait and see. Again, it's also possible that this is also where it just reverses and it doesn't paint a bullish consolidation. And if that happens, well, we may have missed the short, but it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. It's part of the game. We have to be ready for that stuff. So yeah, we looked at. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to look at? I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet because we did a pretty long one last time. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at DOGE, and then we'll look at Avalanche because those two have been, I've been charting for Twitter. So DOGE having a nice rebound day, but it has yet to really like perform extremely well, at least compared to like a Solana. But had a very nice rebound day. This could be an indication of possibly a reversal and going back up to test this wick and then ultimately get to the 16-cent zone, which I had mapped out many days ago. So this is still the level that DOGE has to break to invalidate this possible topping tail, and it's very nice to see that it held this support zone. So in the past videos I had mentioned that this level here, so about 13.5 would be a somewhat of a strong support area, and look at that, wicked right there and then pops right up. So we'll see if we can get the fall through to come back up and try and validate this and break higher to 16 and maybe even 17 cents. Okay, so DOGE is not in a bad place and possibly even doing a somewhat of a cup and handle. Kind of ugly, kind of, I wouldn't even go with, it's actually not too bad if you use this pivot high here. So somewhat of a cup and handle, and maybe even an inverse head and shoulders if you want to look at it that way. Though for the handle, this is a little bit too steep for my liking, so I wouldn't consider it a bull flag. So in case you don't know, a cup and handle pattern is just a rounding bottom, and then the handle is a bull flag formation. And then you can actually measure a cup and handle move. So you take from the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup, so pretty much where the handle is at the top for the cup, and then you can use that exact measurement higher to see where it goes. In this case, it would be in this zone here. Okay, it'd be somewhere in 16 to 16.5 cents. So very interesting chart on Doge, and possibly a nice reversal here. A nice reversal here to get higher. Let's take a quick look at Avalanche. Accidentally hit Litecoin, but you see Litecoin had a bearish engulfing on quite a number of candles. And, again, also having somewhat of a nice day, reversing its downside, but it's, compared to the other coins, is underperforming. This was far more bearish compared to its other, coins for the last couple of days. So, yeah, we'll see how Litecoin goes, but I don't have much hope for it. It's probably, just to do a quick thing, it's probably coming back to this trend line here, which I believe I did mention that before. Even with this impulse, I would not be surprised if we see another drop down to the 100, 110 zone. Okay, AVAX. So look at AVAX. Wow, look at that. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. Bull flag, in my opinion, completely played out. So this pattern's done, and now it's fighting on this resistance zone of 99 to $100. And very undecided, but I will say, like, this is a pretty bullish candle if it can close, especially in the in the green for the day. This is pretty nice. This is a real denial for the bears, to be honest, because this would have been a bearish engulfing or near engulfing on 3 candles, but definitely on 2. So very nice to see if it can close like this today. Has about 3.5 hours. A candle like that, I would not be surprised we get another push higher for Avalanche, maybe towards 115 to 120, and that would actually be a nice place to maybe start a short position. So I'll definitely keep my eye out for Avalanche. Very nice, very, very nice. All right, anything else? Let's take a look at Atom. Atom is still in that, it's in the smaller symmetrical triangle within the bigger symmetrical triangle, and look at that, even now still respecting this line. We'll see if it can get the fall through to break through, but as of right now, nothing's happened. It did come back to where I was calling it to maybe get to, which is about 28. So yeah, actually a little under 28, so not a bad thing, but not really tradable right now. Okay, and Ethereum Classic in that bull flag, look at that, what did I say, super wicky. Super wicky. This technically, if it closes like this, like under here, somewhere around here, consider the bull flag at least. I would say it's most likely going to be an exhaustive move to the downside towards the support zone 38, 50, 39. But if it can close in the green, this is such a wicky little pattern here. It could still be considered somewhat of a flag pattern. Okay. And, I think that's it. I'm going to keep this short. If I see anything crazy or interesting, I might do another update today. I'm still, in my opinion, it's still somewhat bearish, even with this nice impulse higher. I wouldn't get too overblown with this move higher. You're going to see some really, really aggressive moves. But we do want to make sure that we keep a level head and stick to the plan. All right, we don't chase anything. If you missed a move, you missed a move. That's okay. If you chase something and lose your money, well, you won't be ready for the next time you get the opportunity to hop into something when it was the right time. All right. Okay. So everyone, this is going to end it here. You take care. Make sure that you always keep your heart open for people as times get tougher. Because I was reading a couple stories, especially about food prices, the rise in oil as we're all feeling the pain at the gas pump, that things are getting much harder, especially in a lot of metropolitan, high population areas. So try and keep your heart soft and warm, and be as charitable as you can when it is possible to do so. All right, everyone, take care. Always remember, be vigilant, be patient, and be nimble. Love you all. Bye.